What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Wednesday night. Tony probably will not make it tonight, but there's always a chance. So it may just be down to one silly goose. Sorry to disappoint you. I know we were hoping to have Tony, but I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. We got Dan Olton in the house. Hello, sir. Greg's in the house. What's up, buddy? Dragoon's here. What's up, man? Oh, thanks for watching. I appreciate you, dude. Rondo's ready to see some honkers. Well, they're filling the chats out right now. He says, phone sent me notification. Figured I'd watch while I paint. Right on, dude. Well, I'm going to be painting right along with you. Hopefully, with Tony not being here, it probably won't be quite as active as it usually is. But yeah, man, we're just going to hang out, get some painting done, shoot the shit a little bit. One says one honker is better than no honker. That's a fact. Zakanan's here for 20 minutes or so. Thanks, buddy. Not enough geese. I don't know, not enough geese. There's too much articulation. You'll figure it out, buddy. Chuck you. Whoa, hold on a second there, dude. Chuck you, dude. Appreciate you being here, man. Oh, so let's just get into it. Last week we started working on Willie Springer's heads, and see how far we can get into finishing them up. We've basically got base coats. It's really what we've got down. I don't think we did any washes. Maybe we did. Yeah, okay, we did washes last time, and so we're ready for some detail work. So first thing we'll do is probably start with eyes. Let that white sit in, and then we'll go through and the Eastwoods need some hair. We'll do eyebrows probably. Yeah, let's start with eyes. Eyes, those eyes. You know I hate it quiet in here, so we got to get some music going. We like. Sure. We'll deal with this until it irritates me. What's up, guys? How's the week been? GTO's hanging out. Oh, Jacob Real. So ready for the show. I've got honkers out in the middle of the store. Yeah, buddy. He's got the desert honkers. Real veiny. Serious question. Did Dolly wear braces in Moonraker? Well, I guess that depends on what timeline you're from, because I believe Tony would say yes. All right, get this going. On the whites and black, I like my two thin coats. This one's actually that one's leaded. I haven't thinned it out at all. Got one that's kind of got thinned out already, so just put a little bit of this one in here. There we go. Boop. Okay. About time you started cleaning your studio out. Jeez. Come on now. Well, the Dragoons has been swamped with orders just trying to get stuff shipped and painted. That doesn't surprise me at all. You got good stuff. And you put your all your new stuff dropped today? All the soft stuff, the pliable stuff, and I gotta get an order in. I would have done it today, but you know, work frowns on that stuff, and I really don't care for the experience of ordering stuff on my phone, you know, on the small screen, except for like Amazon. Amazon's website obviously is, one could probably argue it was built for mobile. Okay. Blondies. Oh, jeez. Okay. Chuck U says yes, but not the damn actress. Okay. Tons of flex here. Yeah, I've been watching you post them and drop them, and I mean, obviously you've been sending them to me, looking at them too, but it looks so good, dude. There's a lot of stuff in there that I'm gonna need. Action Joe Figs, what up, dude? Appreciate you. We're on cross country and barrel roll vest. Right on. I saw you had the cross country hat, the Civil War hat. I like that. That I'm very excited about. I really like the horror show the jacket. That is really nice. A piece we've needed for a minute. Yeah. Like that. Yes, a little better. Greg says week's been good. Got a couple of figures in. Crazy Figures Sport Girl Coco figure. I got that Star Wars Black Series Grogu for my mom. Right on, man. Dragoon. No, I'm in Kansas City, man. I mean, I'm not horribly far from DFW, but I'm definitely not local. That would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. Now online it says you can buy the files too. You also sell the files as well. My dad doesn't do any of the soft printing yet, but the like heads and stuff, I would definitely buy the file if that is an option. I thought I saw it on there, but no, it's been a month or so back when I loaded up a shopping cart and was like, oh yeah, I gotta wait until after Joe Fest, you know. Yeah, dude, I wish I was, because I come down there and kick it with you. You and John both, man. Y'all are both in that area, man. You have it at the headgear and vest. Yeah, dude, that's cool. Yeah, I'm talking about like the heads and stuff. If I can buy files, I like cultivating a collection of head files. I like. So yeah, if I can do that, I'll definitely order those. You got some really good pieces. Like we talked at Joe Fest. You know, you got Spy Troops and Valaverse's Venom stuff, and one, it's cool to see somebody doing stuff with that, because most people that I deal with in the toy community don't care so much for that stuff. They're either, you know, Real American Hero or maybe just classified folk. But I like that dark Gator stuff, man. That was my GI Joe. You know what I'm saying. And you do really good work. second. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, bro, I don't blame you at all, my man. It's really, really, really good work. Like that horror show vest, like that's not an easy task to make that look right. And that one you made up, that looks right. If y'all haven't seen it, go check out. Well, he hasn't posted it yet, but go follow him so when he drops it. But that's it's a Dragoon Customs on Instagram. I know it's Dragoon Ultimate Soldier is the website, but shout it out in the chat, bro. I'll throw it up. Willie Springer, there he is. Good evening. And you know, I know your work is nice. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I'm gonna see how far we can get close to finishing your. What is this? The second or third batch I've done for you, man. Always interested to see who you come up with. Hey, Willie, check out Dragoons in the chat, man. Check out Dragoon Ultimate Soldier. See if you fancy any of those head sculpts. He does some nice work. Actually, Joe Figs, I'm done with shows this year. I can only do DFW because I'm off at summer. School is starting soon. That's a good show to go to, man. I got one more in the tank. I got Assembly Required in November. It's in Des Moines. It's only a 3-hour drive for me, so pretty easy. Plus, those vendors is who I've kind of come up with, so it's like family, you know what I'm saying? Heads, I figured everyone is doing them, so there's no reason to hold back. That's fair. I mean, you're doing stuff nobody's doing, which is a huge benefit, right? What up? Yo, Joe Jerk. What up, buddy? Good to see you. Wish I had more gear at Joe Fest. Hey, you know, it's your first Joe Fest, dude. You gotta test the waters. You gotta see if it's gonna be worth it for you. You know what I mean? Just wasn't enough time. There never is, man. There never is. GI Joe's Adventure Team in the 70s. Hey, I respect it, dude. And now I've got my 112 version of the Adventure Team. You know what I'm saying? The fuzzy force is that's the shit. Inherited my uncle's stuff in the 90s. Okay, right on. Battle Corps and such was my era. Yeah. That's some of the only stuff I actually got to open on card. You know, the Battle Corps and the space stuff a little bit. It is, bro. It is. Yeah, Willie Springer's got himself. Wow. Oh, come on. You know it. Dragoon Customs on Instagram. Check that out. Dragoon Customs. Now, if you want to order stuff, Dragoon Ultimate Soldier is his website. It's a nice website too. Like, kind of undervalued probably, but it's a nice looking website. My guy. Thank you, Z. Appreciate you. There it is. Check those out, guys. You on Instagram, hit out the Dragoon Customs. You want to order some stuff, Dragoon Ultimate Soldier, man. Hey, Mikey, when you get ready to get those done, this email that I owe you, and I'll send me that company I was talking about with the heads because I need a 50 Cent and a Denzel. Okay. And send me that company I was talking about. All right, yeah, if you're wanting companies to get a hold of, yeah. I think Craniac was the one that I knew was open commissions. Dragoon, I don't know if you do commissions. Shout that out, bro, because if you do, you know, there's a lot of dudes in this chat that order heads and stuff. They may be interested in putting some work your way for sure if you're interested. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Just curious, to remove paint from action figures as far as mistakes when customizing, do you use lacquer thinner or paint thinner? So I do use lacquer thinner, depending on, for like factory paint, that's where I use the lacquer thinner. And to really clean my brushes, I use the lacquer thinner. Now I'm using acrylics and they're water soluble, but I like to get them clean, man. But yeah, like if you're making a mistake, chances are, dude, like I get these little, I get these right here, man. Microblading cotton swabs. They're this big. This is it right here. Very small. But like if you mess something up, like say you put a little too much white in there, you just get that and you can just run, right along the spot. And I'm gonna tell you something that I've done from sculpting and painting my whole life. Little saliva off the tongue, and you can clean it up when it's fresh. If it's dried, you could just use alcohol. Most of the time you can use water because it's acrylic, it's water soluble. So whatever you want to do there, whatever you're comfortable with. But if you're trying to remove some factory paint, some Hasbro paint, let's see if I bring up an example. All right. Got a little trigger action here. This is my lacquer thinner. I put it in here so I can disperse as I need, right? So just use that little microblading cotton swab, right? See what I'm saying? Gone, dude. Then you throw it away. If you're trying to remove like all of this, step it up to a regular cotton swab or get some of these pads, right? These don't leave any fibers like a cotton swab will. These are nice. Super cheap. You get just a whole ton of them. If you're trying to remove a big space, keep it wet, use bedroom mentality. Keep it wet. If it dries out, it's going to be a problem, right? Keep it wet. You fill that with paint, flip it around, fill that with paint, discard it, get a new one, remove it. The cleaner it is, the more it can take on, right? I don't know. Hope that helps, dude. Let me know. So good. Oh, jerk. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, if I get to a point where I can do some painting myself, I got a whole bunch of years I need to get painted up. Got 4 Chuck Norris heads to send to you too. Right on. Are they going to be different? Like different movies and shit? Different haircuts even? Like you got like a 70s one? Go. We do them too. Commissions. So if somebody says like, hey, I need a Denzel Washington from Training Day. $35 to do a head sculpt? Damn, dude. Hey, y'all throw some business this dude's way. Excellent work. Just to show these off, right? Because I'm talking about it. This is work, man. This is clean work. Now, you got a little paint prep, yeah. Got to shave off some fuzzies, but these are nice, man. Good head sculpts. Clean work. I'm saying, so you guys got some heads you need done. Hit this man up. He does great work. Hell, I mean, I would assume if you got like a specific piece of gear you need, you want like, boy, I don't even know, something specific. Maybe you want, I don't know, the heavy iron grenadier vest from the Pursuit of Cobra line. You do those? Like, I need this piece of equipment, like what you're doing with the barrel roll vest and that stuff, because that could be I could see that being good too. Just did recoils rifle for somebody, but heads too. Okay. So there you go, man. Hit him up, dude. Hit him up. Actually, I have some 1/6 scale heads I 3D printed and going to flock. What color do you recommend? Okay. Well, Dragoons, AK. Okay, that AK paint, interactive flesh is my go-to, right? Okay. My go-to is the Kislev flesh from Citadel. Although I've backed way off on Citadels. I'm not using much of it. But this is still my favorite base for skin tone. And then I'll add washes on top of that. I can't wait for AR, even though it's only going to be there one day in the last con of the year too. Hell yeah, man. It's that November 13th, and they just dropped the room blocks. So it's 163 a night. It's pretty good for a Hilton. So if you're interested in that, go to the assembly required codename Iowa and get your block, get your room set up. Bedroom mentality merch coming soon. Honestly, it's pretty good idea. One with a ball cap. Why would a cowboy cat? What would a long hair and what would a crew cut? Oh, okay. Those are the Chuck Norris. Okay, right. Do right on. That sounds awesome. Sweet. Awesome. Kane asks, which site is best way to get a hold of you for commissions? Okay. Socials, Facebook or Instagram. I know Willie Springer's usually hits me up email, so I don't know if he does it, but if you've got a email, drop that in there too. So if Willie wants to hit you up, he can. That would be muy bueno. Greg wants to get some done. Hell yeah. To Orange Julius, what up? Just because I check more frequently, for sure. Yeah, I didn't start with Citadel. I started with, testers and model masters, and then when they discontinued model masters, I went to Citadel because they had the most choices. They were readily available. But I fucking hate the pots, man. I hate them so much. And so now I use mostly pro acrylic, and then some I use for the too thin coats, especially black and white. They're the best coverage of those colors that I have experienced. Vallejo and AK. I've heard great things about AK. Great things. I still heavily use their washes. 100%. 100%. Going Bonnie? What's up, buddy? Hate them with a passion. Yeah, the fucking pots. Oh my God, I hate them. We were going to drive up there on the 14th, drive home on the same day. Right on, man. That is awesome. We'll be there probably Thursday evening, and then we'll head back Sunday. Always looking forward to it. Zach, did you decide if you're going? Are you going to Assembly Required this year? You gonna check it out? God damn. I think Method Man's eyes are closer than Clint Eastwood's, dude. Homie's high as a motherfucker. Let's say this, man. When these sculptors, when they sculpt in the pupils. I do not like that. Like, I appreciate the effort, and I understand that probably helps people because all they got to do is get the paint in there and it'll set. But like, DMX is looking over here. That seems weird to me. I don't know. Willie, I love this fucking Walter Payton head, man. This is hilarious, bro. What figure are you gonna put this on? And you're an Eagles fan, man. What are you doing with this Bears player, bro? It's a great head sculpt, though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There it is. Alex Sanchez, Yojo Jerk. It's gonna be a good show, man. I'm gonna be floating this weekend, so I'll be in the sticks. But they're gonna have a great show. I got no doubt. Just 3 guys talking about campy horror movies. Dope. See, we got some heads tonight. Know you was working on a Clint Eastwood head. I'm thinking it looked good on Sundown Body and my Good, Bad, and Ugly Classified. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I'd be a good, yeah, for sure. That'd be a good base for him, for sure. I know Cliff he's done several Western characters using Action Force bodies. I know he's got a couple of Blondies. He's got a couple of Angel Eyes. I don't think we've done any Ugly, though, have we? I don't think so. I think it's just Eastwood and Van Cleef. Stupid, sexy Alex Sanchez. Who doesn't like that guy? He's a good dude. Plan is to hit up AR if the divorce clock isn't at 15 seconds still. That's smart. That's a good idea. Incredible work that Danny Trejo. Wow, how long have you been customizing? I've been actively customizing since 2019. Was when I got back into GI Joes as an adult. And it started because I just wasn't willing to pay convention exclusive prices. Like I had to have a roadblock. Well, the roadblocks they made were pretty weak. And the best one was actually, I thought, the Tiger Force one. That came in a big con set, so you're looking at $700 to $1,200 depending on the set. I wasn't going to pay that. And the Retaliation figures existed, so I started painting my own. So I did, like, the first ones I did was this was 118, right, at that time. So that was I did a roadblock. I did General Hawk, like the version 2, right? General Hawk. And Ripcord was an early one because he's my favorite. Yeah, so that's when I got started. It was 2019. Chuck you, go Birds. My hands hurt watching. I'd be sweating on the fine details. I think most people do, man. I think most people just detail work's just not for them, man. What up, Mike Bruno? Thanks for being here, dude. Larry Manchaka. What's up, buddy? What's up? I have a parts Donner party if you need an extra Western body. Oh, there you go. That's a good buck to use too. He's already in like the grungy colors and shit too. I want to put some black. I want to put some camo black, teal, and gray on that body with big eagles on both sides, shoulders. But I want to put my head. Oh, right on. Okay. In a particular paintbrush brands that you like to use. I use all kinds. This one I use all the time. This is a super fine. I mean, you see the tip on that is super fine. This is an Army Painter Wargamer the Psycho. Yeah, I use this a lot. I always keep an extra on hand because they're not expensive brushes. So I don't fight the quality. I do what I can. I try to keep the brush tip clean. Keep paint from building up at the collar so it doesn't flare. But I think these are, I don't know, $13-14 on Amazon. It's a good one. The Insane Detail is good too. It's a little thicker, a little longer. It's better for getting good lines. But then, I use a lot from Hobby Lobby and Michaels, man. Like when they run in deals on these Artist Touch, I like these stubbies. It's got a good long brush on it. This one's great for washes. It's a nice thick brush. This one's good for big areas because the angle you can get a little more detail. So, I use all kinds of brushes, man. I'll even use like cheap Amazon ones like these ones that I use for dry brushing. This is like a set of 6, and I think it was less than $10. So there's you can get cheap brushes and then upgrade as you go. Once you figure out what you like, what's useful to you, then you know where you can put some money down. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Mom. I like the Atlas body and the Black Bear body. Okay, right on. Army Painter brush is cheapest and best option. I think that's a great place to start. Like I said, I still use the hell out of Army Painter brushes. James Lucas, what's up, buddy? Bruno, is there a specific paint brand you actually use? Or there's a couple you'd recommend? I mean, for me, Pro Acrylic has got to be my favorite basic paint right now. Duncan Rhodes I like for the black and white. Like I said, Citadel, I still like their flesh and their washes. I've heard great things about AK. I think I've only ever used their clear coats. It was nice. It was a good clear coat. Like Dragoon was saying, he uses a lot of their stuff. Every once in a while I'll get an Army Painter. I'm not huge fans of their paint, but every once in a while they got the right shade, or some colors I still use a lot, like their leather brown. I really like that shade. So, you like that. Pigment pens from Hobby, favorite for eyes. Right on. Valid Shield saw, dude. Hey, get feeling better, my man. Just focus on your own shit, man. Just get better, bro. We're pulling for you. You're in our prayers. You bet, buddy. Okay. So eyes are done. Is Eastwood the only one I didn't paint hair? Sure enough. Okay. Well, let's do that. All right. Let's start with this leather brown. But first, save that white paint. No need for it to dry out and waste, Okay. That. Just drop a thinner in there. Right. Monster. George Julius, this is a random, but have you ever tried making a Cylon from classic Battlestar Galactica? I have not. In fact, I don't think I've done any kind of Battlestar Galactica projects. Can't think of any. Okay. Here's old Clint. All right. Yeah, I don't think I've done any kind of Battlestar Galactica. Not that I can think of. Definitely no complete figures, but I don't think I've even done character heads. Not that I can think of. Checking printers. I have one. I don't think I've ever used it. I probably should. Do I like movies about gladiators? I mean, I guess. Not like one of my favorite, types of movies, but it's okay. What Vegeta? Hello. Mother Slug, what up, dude? Just curious, what's your 3 favorite Clint Eastwood movies? Mine is Hang 'em High, Two Mules for Sister Sarah, Outlaw Josie Wales. That's a killer trifecta right there. I love Outlaw Josie Wales. I'm a Missouri guy. I feel like it's in my blood. Great movie. Man, I'd have to say, like, if you're going like greatest, they're probably not even the classics, man. Like Outlaw Josie Wales, that's the first one he directed, right? Two Meals for Sister Sarah, great. Hang 'em High, fantastic. I love Pale Rider. As far as like the old school stuff, I love Pale Rider. Him getting his revenge on the town. I think it's just an awesome story. But if I'm picking like my three favorite, I don't know why I love this movie so much, but I watched it a lot when I was a kid, and I still watch it quite a bit. It's Heartbreak Ridge. I love Heartbreak Ridge. I love, let's see, Unforgiven. Incredible movie. Maybe Eastwood's best movie. Really, really good. Him and Morgan Freeman. Fantastic movie. And then, man, I would have to say Gran Torino. I love Gran Torino. Loved it since it came out. I think it's awesome. Really, really good movie. He's got so many. Yeah, spaghetti westerns are great. I grew up watching the Man with No Name trilogy. I remember when Dad brought it home in a DVD box set, and I remember I watched them quite a bit. But I didn't love them as much as Outlaws Josie Wales. That one is just it's got depth. You know, the spaghetti westerns were pretty bush on as far as story goes. Pretty simple. Really badass dude takes on, you know, big force, you know. But I do love them. And it's a tough choice because there's so much good stuff. It's from Airplane. Yeah, it's a good one. Dirty Harry, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Great movies. It's been a long time since I watched any of the Dirty Harry movies. That's probably one I should run back. Yeah, Magnum Force for sure. Gran Torino, Heartbreak. I love them. How do you like my pictures of AI? Because that's the norm of today's movies. Is that what this? Huh. I would have not guessed that's what that was from the thumbnail. A few dollars more. Yeah, that's a good one. Ooh, yeah, High Plains Drifter's good. Yeah, High Plains Drifter is the one where he's the preacher, right? He goes on the mining town, right? I think that's that movie. I do really like that one. It's just a little slower of a burn. I guess Two Meals for Sister Sarah kind of is too. Yeah, Pale Rider, I love that one. Just him getting over on the townsfolk is just that's some good stuff there. In the Line of Fire. I don't know if I've ever seen that movie. Like I can picture the cover, right? I don't think I have ever watched that movie. Which is funny because I remember getting into like a big Eastwood kick. Like I remember I was just going through and just trying to find just trying to watch like everything I could find, watching what's that one with Jeff Bridges? Him and Jeff Bridges, is it Thunder something and Lightfoot, I think. I I remember I watched Honky Tonk Man. Like there was a bunch I'd never heard of, and I watched. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever watched that. Brazil? What is Brazil? JFK movie about Secret Service. Line of Fire. Okay. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't think I've ever seen it. And I like Clint Eastwood, so definitely need to change that. All right. So we have some eyebrows. We do. Okay, Billy's got his. Jesse's got his. You know what? I'm positive I've never watched Any Which Way with the Loose. Robert De Niro. Oh, okay. Yeah. Huh, okay, right on. Right, let's pull up my reference pictures here. Let's go into the Willie's file here. That's right, Willie. You got your own file, my guy. All right, I'm doing Lee Majors. Okay, he actually needs the lighter color. It's like a sci-fi comedy. Sounds pretty good. I'm into that. Okay. Man, Pacino's got his. Let's see. Rick's got his. Method Man's got his. I think everybody has them. Eastwood's got his. Phoenix has his. All right. I thought I'd missed a bunch of them, but they look like everybody else has them, so that's good. Yeah, Mason. What up, dude? What up? That's it. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. That's the one. I don't even remember what it was about. Favorite is Clint Eastwood Westerns, Escape from Alcatraz, Heartbreak Ridge, and Line of Fire. Solid, bro. Tony had to work late. You know, they don't have voluntary time off, so when they call, he's got to answer. Sucks. Need a 6-inch Western line. That would be cool. That would be cool. Some Marshall Dillon action. Okay, so you're going like old school. Okay, I can dig it. You know, I can dig it. Maybe get a little bit of the Rifleman in there. You know what I'm saying? I could get on that. I could get in on that, man. All right. I guess we've got this brown out, so we can start working on some woodland camo on Jesse and sorry, Blaine and Billy's hats. Let's see, reference. We should bring up a woodland. All right. Okay. A boy and his dog. It sucks, man. It sucks. Great Western. A boy and his dog. Okay. Okay. Watch Rio Bravo too. Okay. All right. Get a little bit of the Duke in there. Action figure I've always wanted to. Is my all-time favorite actor, and that's Buster Keaton. Interesting. Is it bad? It's not Western. It's Green Beret. No, I mean, John Wayne Westerns don't do much for me, but I do remember watching. Was it Green Beret? No, it was the Longest Day, the World War II movie, and I really liked him in that. But I didn't see a Western, John Wayne Western. I take that back. I had a grandfather that watched the Western Channel pretty much. If he was watching TV, which wasn't all that often, he was an outdoor guy, but if he was watching the Western Channel, which at that time, most of that shit was black and white and not for me, but I'm sure I watched a John Wayne movie or two in there. Macanita, sup midgets, don't go silent on me. Green Beret, solid choice. Yeah. Okay. See, like I've watched that one. True Grit. I love. I like the original. I like both True Grits, but I like the original one. And I think Glenn Campbell did a hell of a job as the marshal. Or no, he's a Texas Ranger. Texas Ranger, sorry. Oops. George Julius. Same with my grandpa. I mostly watch Zorro on the Western Channel. True. Okay. James Lucas. True Grit is pretty much the John Wayne essential Western. It's a pretty good movie. Solid choice. Curious how we got onto the topic of Clint Eastwood. I think it's because I'm painting one. I think that's how it happened. You know how it goes on here, man. It could jump so fast, make your head spin. Even without Tony, I can still go off the rails, man. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Now need some dark green. This is Tooth and Coat's Orc Hide. Pretty good medium green here. All right. Hey, what up, Cutthroat? What's up, man? Well, Mother Slick says, you know, the Western days was the end of the cowboy days. Most think it was the start. This was originally set up in New York State and moved west because gold was found. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty narrow window, right? Like you get the end of the Civil War, which is really where Westerns start to really shine, you know. And then you quickly get into gangsters. Like it happens really fast. I mean, there's as far as movie timelines go, it does not take much time. Kind of funny, like when you play Red Dead Redemption. You know, by the end of that, it's the beginning of the 19th century. You know, it's or 20th century. Like it quickly changes. Cutthroat, I am working on doing some detail work on these heads for Willie Springer. See what it's like. You really see movies about East Coast cowboys, which is where the real law fighters Cowboys, Wild Bill Hickok, which was New York. Yeah, you don't. It's all westerns, right? It's all those big names, you know. You know, a lot of gunfighters were Southerners too, and after the Civil War, a lot of them said, "Fuck it, go out west." Right? Of course, some didn't have much of a choice. You know, Doc Holliday, for example, had tuberculosis and thought that might save his life, but funny thing about consumption is it doesn't really just go away, you know. You know, Mother Slug, I probably the first time that really occurred to me was probably watching that movie Highwaymen with Woody Harrelson and oh shit, what the fuck is his name? Damn it. Blanking on his name. That makes me feel terrible. I really like him. You know, Dances with Wolves. Oh my god, Kevin Costner, son of a biscuit. Where he plays like a Texas Ranger, retired Texas Ranger, and they hire him to go find Bonnie and Clyde, right? And that was like, you're like, God damn, like that was the same lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the same lifetime. A guy was a Texas Ranger going after gunfighters in the same lifetime, taking down Bonnie and Clyde in an incredibly gruesome way, mind you. Insane. Crazy. Oh, man, I missed a lot. Right. A lot of cowboy movies get a lot wrong that most don't notice, like in the movie Tombstone. City lights are all in fire lanterns. Yeah, I mean, you break down Tombstone to a historic, there's a lot more than lamps that are wrong in Tombstone, you know. Like, Ike Clanton wasn't like a total moron like he's portrayed. Like, he very, very cleverly crafted that where the whole town was against him. Yeah, that's the romance of it though, right? Like that's the part that people love to see, is the Wild West romanticized. I mean, even when it was going on, that was the case though, right? Like you had the dime novels that would just make shit up. Just to sell some books. Like it's just kind of always been there. All right. So there's 3 colors. All right, so the next thing we'll do is go in there with the black, do the little squigglies, and then we'll do a wash, and that will really bring all the colors together. That's right. Oh, Doc. Great movie. The most quotable Western in history. I mean, it's a great movie. Historically, not accurate. Great movie, though. Yeah, Highwayman was good. That's the one with the hunting Bonnie and Clyde. Yep. Kevin Costner, Woody Harrelson. Really, really good movie. Really enjoy that movie. What Vegeta ever done Patrick Swayze? I'm thinking Next of Kin. I've done one Patrick Swayze. I think I still have it. Actually, let's see. Swayze in here. Yep, there he is. So there he is. I mean, it's a Swayze that could be a lot of Swayzes. It feels very Roadhouse to me. I wanted to do, and I still do. I may still someday, but I'd like a Red Dawn, which obviously is a very young Patrick Swayze, but I think you could get away with it with this head sculpt. It's not too mullety, it's not too extravagant. It's obviously a much younger than Next of Kin. That's the one where he's a truck driver, right? Well, I do still have that one. I don't think people knew who it was, honestly. Wood and Matthew McConaughey. I don't know what that one is. Oh, sure, Young Guns is a blast. That's a great one. We like that one called Open Range. Robert Duvall, technically a Western. Well, I fucking love Robert Duvall. Yeah, for sure. James Boy, Still America's Best, Outlaws, Jesse and Frank robbed more trains than any banker robber 22 times over. Every 2 weeks for 4 years is insane. Again, as a Missourian, there's a lot of James Gang history. There's a good amount of Bonnie and Clyde history as well. Okay. I'll tell you one thing I really like to do on Blaine. So his hat band, if you don't remember, his hat band is a rattlesnake skin. So what I like to do on it is I like to get a nice dirty silver metallic. And the one I've got here is an Army Painter color. It's called Fairy Dust. So it's just not a bright silver. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a darker silver, obviously. More of an aluminum color. But this one's just got just a hint. It's almost like a pewter pearl. I don't know. That sounds way fancier than it really is. But it's good. It's good for this because it gets a nice sheen. And then when you put that wash over it, and then you can paint some print in there if you want to do a diamondback pattern, or maybe just some spots. And kind of randomize it. Nature's not symmetrical, so don't worry about that too much. So I'm just going to do one coat because I'm not worried about coverage either, right? Like, because it's a base coat. I'm going to layer on top of it. So as long as it's under there, it doesn't matter if some of the green pokes through, because again, we're talking about a rattlesnake skin. It's not an even color, and you're going to put some wash and stuff on it to really bring that home. Again, I don't want that green to dry out. I can use that for a couple more days. Right. So just get my painter's tape. And you see I use the green tape. This is a automotive paint. So it's got a better seal than painter's tape. Painter's usually the blue. Not a very good seal. Way cheaper. But if you go to like O'Reilly, AutoZone, Advanced, Napa, you can get this shit. And like I said, it is expensive, but it lasts a long time for the most part. And when you're doing really tight masking, you really want some vinyl tape. This is going to get you the best seal. It's more malleable for getting around tight edges. You know, if you're painting the sleeves on the GI Joe, right? You want to tape around the skin so you don't get much bleed, and you get a little bit, you can clean it up. It's not a big deal, but it's really good for that. But when you use these palettes, you can preserve some paint, so you don't have to be so wasteful. You don't have to try to put it back in the bottle. You just do this, you're good to go. Really helpful. That vinyl tape has been a huge help for me. Black Dog. Okay, that's the one I was thinking of. Thank you. I'm related to the James. I actually have a state blood bond certificate written up of it. I'm 74% family line blood. That's very interesting. I had no idea that was even a thing. Could be, dude. Thin tape is great. It really is. It really is. Yes, very, very much so. Okay. I think we're ready for some blick. So I'm just gonna remove this dark brown we had in here earlier. I could probably reuse it, but I'm not quite ready for it. And it was just a drop. It's no big deal. But the blick, did I put that one? One second. Be right back, guys. All right. Thank you all for waiting. Okay. We're going to use black, and we're going to do the smallest part of woodland camo. So woodland camo, to break this down, is a 4-color camo. Okay. 4-color camo. Okay. You got your 2 major colors, your base colors. Okay. On top of that, you've got 1, call it your medium, and 1 small. So your large colors are a medium brown and a medium green. Those are your 2 most prominent colors in a woodland camo. After those 2, then you've got kind of a khaki light green color. That's going to be sprinkled overlapping the brown and the medium green. And then your smallest accent color, which is black, which just kind of squiggles through in random shapes. I mean, they're all random shapes, but so that's kind of... Now I start with the light color because it's easier to get coverage with darker colors than it is the opposite way. So I start with the light green and then go over with the green and brown and then finally go through with the black. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll throw some Agrax Earth Shade, which is a nice dark brown wash over all of it, which really unifies it all, right? And then there, if you want to do some weathering, a little wear and tear, on these folds, or, go and make the hat band brighter, whatever you want to do. That's a good spot to do it because they're going to stay on top. Those are your highlights. Just my 1.5 cents. Okay. No, I did not. I didn't see a use for that one, so I passed on it. Jetman, what's up, sir? Good to see you. And Justin Booth, that's a lovely thumbnail. That's really nice. What's up, JB? Okay. So, with the black, like I said, they're just random shapes, okay? So just... even the thickness of the lines don't have to be... This one... All right. Okay, some are going to be solid lines, just one deal. Okay, with that. Some are going to have splits. The random shapes. So really, the more random you make them, the more authentic it feels. And on Billy's kind of interesting. Billy's hat is separate from his headband, but it's the same camo pattern. So on the headband, you just want to see some different shapes so it doesn't match up. So it breaks it up a little bit, okay? So this one we came from the bottom. So we're just going to... Okay. Something like that, right? That's it. That's all we're doing. Okay. Blaine's the same thing. Same camo pattern. Okay. Now that one I fucked up a little bit, and I got a little more on the hat band, but that's okay. What I'm gonna do is clean off the hat band. Boom. It's done. Don't sweat that shit. Okay. One thing I do try to make an effort is, because I realize the top and the underside of the hat are probably one piece of material. I mean, the underside is a different material than the top, but each one is its own piece of material. So I try to have some unifications, even probably more than I should, because I do wrap from the top to the bottom, which in reality doesn't. Pretty rare that's gonna happen, right? You know, it's the things I think about, like from the hat band. Like if I've got this color coming down, well, it would have to continue on the top, right? That pattern's going to stay there. It's going to be, you know, both sides, right? So I think you just kind of look, feel it out, see where you need to add a little more. Maybe you don't want to add another piece, but you want to thicken up a spot, right? So there's a little more black in the area. You know what I'm saying? Like this is it. Maybe that one's a little too, you know. There it is, right? You see that all right? Let's see here. There you go. That's it. That's what we do. That's what we do. What the hell are y'all talking about in here? Mother Slug, how about these wildfires in Canada? All day today, the sky was brown looking from west winds blowing. I had no idea. I hadn't seen that. That's terrible. It seems like these last few years, wildfires surely seem to be happening a lot more than it feels like they used to. Hey, Patrick Stralko's in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Unless it was made in Taiwan, the pattern would be off. That could be. Yeah. That could be, because that's probably a non-licensed, you know. Okay. Let's see here. Well, I suppose we're probably good to do some washes on the hair. And by the time we get to the back, that camo should be good to go. So let's get a little bit of this wash. Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna get the wash. Tony's not here, but you know, that doesn't mean we can't do his impressions. Maybe somewhere out there he's listening to us. Okay, well, hold on now. Did Mac have... Did he have a green hat, or was his camo as well? Shit, Max was camo too. All right. Well, donkey shit. All right. So we gotta do that again. All right. Back to the green. Right. So green, you're doing big patterns because it takes up a lot. Still random. Man, sculpt even has like stitches. Kind of crazy. Okay. All right. And that's probably a good amount of medium brown. We get flip flops instead. No, it's camo. Hawkins, I think Hawkins has the green hat. Sorry, I got my reference pics over here. Maybe even Hawkins was camo. Maybe Bill Withers was the only one that had just a green patrol cap. I gotta go deeper into my references here because now I need to know. Movie references, Predator. I'll be damned, yeah. Carl Weathers. Did I say Bill Withers earlier? Carl Weathers is the only one with just a green patrol cap. Everybody else has camo. Hawkins, Poncho, Mac. He's the only one that has green. As many times as I've painted them, you would think I would just know this, and I don't. Yeah. I'm glad I checked because I'd have felt dumb. Give you someone pretty to look at if you know the movie. I don't know who that is. I don't know what that is. Hard to tell. Like Jesse with a snake skin. Yep. He's got a snake skin. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Dylan. Dylan is the only one that just has a green patrol cap. Everybody else got that camo. All right. That's why I got to keep the reference photos on the computer, man. I can't keep track of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta. I gotta have the reference to look at, man. I can't keep that shit all in my head anymore. Let's see. That's good. It's pretty good. Okay. Okay. Oh. That's right. That's right. That's what Mac's saying. Go have me some fun. Get your Dutch's jacket he wears in the beginning. His jacket. I don't even remember his jacket. I know he's got like a brown top he's got. Like when they first get deployed, I think. I don't remember a jacket. Okay, it does look like a jacket. I thought it was just a brown fatigue. But, it does look like a collared jacket. Interesting. Yeah, I was thinking that as just a brown top, brown fatigues. But I think that was Poncho that has the brown shirt. Yeah, I think so. That's why he's got a green hack. He's a pencil pusher. The CIA had him pushing too many pencils. If 1986 Predator was made today, it would be the cast of Stranger Things. Boy, you probably not wrong. Not levels. Looking at Bernie's is the hot. Oh shit! I would have never gotten there. Weekend at Bernie's. The army jacket I did for my Reacher kill mode custom. For like the brown, like the Dutch, like for Dutch's jacket. Okay. Okay. All right. Random squiggles engage. Mm-hmm. All right. Put him in the back. Now, Billy's headband, I think, was just green. Yeah. But was it light green or, excuse me, dark green? Actually, it's like its own green. I'll have to get some olive. Let's go with this one. Like the heavy army. That's it. Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right, I'm just going to pop that right there on top because I don't need much. Just enough for a little hat band. It's not a whole lot different, but that's okay. It didn't need to be that much of a contrast. Yeah, that would be the right thing. Weekend at Bernie's. It's a great movie. My favorite line scene from it is when the party happened. Larry sits down next to a woman and says, "Hi, I'm Larry." And she says, "Fuck off, Larry." Yeah, Platoon's good. Platoon's good. Predator trivia. Who was the first person killed? Like in the movie, like overall, or like the group? It's like group. I thought Blaine was the first one that dies. Obviously, people die before, you know. And I guess in the story, I mean, the guys in the helicopter are the ones that are skinned alive first. I guess it depends. All right, so Billy, put him in the back. All right, so we're going to do some, back to this whoosh. Do some whooshes. Jim Hopper was the first killed. As long as you know his name, he was a character person in the film. Huh, okay. All right. All right, let's go dark wash. This $6 million man painted up. Now, Willie, I know you didn't purchase this one because he had the dot on him, and with Craniac, that means this was a bonus one. So I don't even know if you know this one's in there if you were paying attention to that at all. But yeah, a $6 million man, which is a good, really good head sculpt. I really like it. That's a little much. Get some of that wash off. All right. Right, Nick, that's done. Oh, Initial Goose, what's up, buddy? Love watching Mikey stroke that wash off. So hot right now. Well, you're welcome. You know, how many caps would it take for the heads to start talking back? You're assuming they don't do that already. That's the thing. Battle damage $6 million man would be cool. That would be cool. Some bionic pieces. You can see that. We also need to give Blondie here needs a black hat band. Probably do that, and then we can put wash on the hat as well, because it needs that. Yeah, see? Told you. That's my secret, Goose. I'm already fucking insane. You notice in Predator 1987 how high the trees are in the scene where Dutch is laying hiding in tree as Predator falls tree branch. Oh yeah, that's a good point. There's some pretty intense jungle. I had a $6 million man toy when I was a kid. He had badass see-through. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No extra cost, man. Just watch me. We edge it up. Okay. Billy. Now, Willie, if you're still in here, and I see that you are you going to want the face paint on the Predator figures? Billy kind of has those big triangles under his eyes. Depending on what scene, Blaine has some black and a little bit of green. Additionally, with Mac sweats constantly in that movie. He's a very wet individual. Do you want him to have sweat? I know that sounds ridiculous, but if you do, after I clear coat it, I can kind of flick with gloss, and he can have some specks, so it looks like he's sweating, perspiring. You let me know. But we can get in there and do that kind of stuff too. Initial Goose. Okay, so newbie question, but should you do the red and deep blue undercoat first for speed painting? What are you talking about? For speed painting, you want your base color done, and then the speed paint goes on top to get you your highs and lows. And if that's white and black or gray and black or just primer, unless I'm just misunderstanding. What toy you wanted but never got? When I was a kid, I really wanted the mobile command center, the giant GI Joe tackle box. I always wanted that when I was a kid. Lee Majors was the man back in the day, and I appreciate it. He was the man. I mean, the first custom heads I did was, Night the Reindeer died, Lee Majors, because he's been an awful good boy. I love that. I love that scene. I love that movie. On Predator trivia, in the scene, the hidden trap the team built, where was Predator when the trap was set off? I don't know about that. Red on forehead, nose, cheeks. Oh! For the face colors. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I see. Yeah, you want your base coat already there though. And then you wash over that, right? I've never done that because I feel it at 112. I don't care that much. If I was doing 1.6, then I could really see where you would be able to shine with that. But as far as this stuff, that's a detail that most aren't willing to pay that kind of money for. I mean, that would, if you were doing that, that would make these heads $50. That's unnecessary. So I don't do that. I don't do that. Like I said, if I did 1.6, I would do it. The Young Guns, I love that movie too. Desperado and Magnificent Seven. I love Desperado. Wyatt Earp, I'm not a big fan of. Not a big fan of. Wasn't the Predator in the trees by then? Yeah. When they set it off, they get him. He cuts out of the right, unless we're talking about something else. Blame the writer and director. No, I think that was Shane Black, wasn't it? Wasn't that Poncho? No, I don't. I just wanted to be in the group. That's all. No, I don't. I just wanted to be in the group. That's all. You can have some sweat. Okay, I'll do. I can do sweat. I've done that on a couple of them. So yeah, no problem there, man. Tree trap scene. Predator was standing on a branch in the trees. If you slowed on the film frame by frame, you can actually see him standing on a branch, meaning hand pulled the tripwire from the tree. Interesting. I wanted the Green Ranger dragon dagger and never got it. What is Predator's actual glowing green blood in the film? Is it? Oh shit. I mean, I would assume because it's not like a high budget movie. I would assume like glow sticks cut open, but I have no idea. Mark made us heads, and we're gonna have a painting party. From the way he talks about it, he's pretty serious about it. Yeah, paint my head soon. Dope, dude. Toy Visuals says KY Jelly. Well, I don't want to know what the glowing part was. All right. How we doing here? Honestly, hit Danny Trejo with the wash too. Why not? You know, he deserves layers. Boy, I'm gonna have to be really careful sending this one back to you, because when I got it, his ponytail was broken off, so it's already been glued on. So I'm gonna have to pay a little extra attention when I package that one up. Probably wrap him. Glowing green sticks and KY jelly. Okay, so I had part of it right, and Toy Visuals had the other part. How about that? How about that? Danny Trejo is the one dude at retirement home you don't want to mess with. You know, he's probably like a total sweetheart. Like he's got no interest in crazy shit anymore. That part of his life is over. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what do I want now? I think the headband on Walter Payton needs a wash, but I don't want that wash to be dark brown, because that's going to look gross. Okay, hold up. So what I will do is I will I'll get a little bit of the gray contrast paint. Gray contrast paint. I'll water it down and I'll brush that on it. For those interested, where is it? Oh, here we go. When I did the Wave 3 Naughty or Nice Santas, this is the wash I used to get a little contrast, a little depth to the fur that Santa had on the white figures. Oops. I do need to thin that out, though. But let's just... Okay, that's all clean. Okay. Just a little bit here. It's a lot of thinner. I think Danny Trejo makes awesome churros. Who's that? That Wildlands game. I think it was Wildlands. Where he's in the game. Like you're supposed to help Danny Trejo set up this taco stand. And like the cartel's coming for it. It's a ridiculous mission, but it's a fucking blast. And I think when you do it, you get like a machete, like some kind of special gold machete or something. All right. Just a little bit there. I know you cannot see that at all. I want to drop by and say hey, and I hope we'll see you Titans. Keep doing great things. Thanks, Goose. Well, good night, man. Cutthroat. How many sets of Predator heads have I done for customers? Like of the team, a lot, honestly. Well, as far as commissions, only a few. But I've sold a lot of them. When I go to shows, I always bring the Predator team. And honestly, I'm surprised at Joe Fest I still had some when I left, which I really did not expect that. Like I had good sales. I'm not complaining at all. But of all the things to have left over, I did not expect that. I sold probably half of the Predator team. But yeah, still had a lot, honestly. And I had variations. So like, trying not to fuck with my mic here. Yep, there it went. Just smacked the crap out of it there. Sorry. Yeah, so like, I did a couple versions of Arnold. So I did this version. So you got one with paint, one without paint, right? And then this one, which this one's a little more Commando. This one's a little more Predator as far as paints, right? So you got that one. You got no paint, and you got no paint with a little 5 o'clock shadow, right? Then you had Blaine with paint, right? You had Billy without the hat. So Billy with the hat, I sold all those. Billy without the hat when he's just got the headband. So a couple of Hawkins. One Bill Duke. One Mac with the hat. Several without. Okay, so like this one, you can't see this, Willie, but this one has the sweat. Like he's got some sweat drops. But since, Bill Duke is in fucking so many movies, I figured I'd stock up on him. Then you got Poncho with paint. And there's Carl Weathers. Just a couple of him. 2 different head sculpts. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely still have Predator team. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate you. The scene where Dutch is falling down into the river, you can see his stunt actor look like smoke coming out of what was really happening in that scene. I had no idea. No idea, man. Die Hard 2 Winter Smock done. Sick, dude. That's dope. Hell yeah, man. You know what? This may be a little ridiculous, but like a Letterman jacket would be really sick, man. I can think of 2 customs that I would love to do with like a Letterman's jacket. Like you don't put the letter on there, obviously, make it customizable. But one would be Red Dawn, like a couple of the characters start out with Letterman jackets. That would be sick. But then also Beverly Hills Cop, right? Axel Foley has that Detroit Lions jacket. That would be dope, dude. And I tell you, you do it, and at least 2 of us will buy it. I mean, I'll buy 3 of them. Like I said, there's 3 or 4 characters I'd like that. But Tony really wants a Axel Foley figure. It's his favorite 80s cop movie, So that would be dope. Yeah. A Letterman jacket would be a sweet accessory, and I don't know anybody who's ever done one. Like the closest thing I have. Riggs has one in Lethal Weapon. So a Riggs figure too, which again, high on my list. If I could ever find a head sculpt that I was happy with, but like this is the closest thing we got. It was this like Peter Parker, this jacket. That's as good as we have right now. So, I mean, that's all it takes to have a better one on the market. That'd be dope. I know if Tony was here, he'd be into that. But yeah, also throwing on a Riggs, I want that. You send me one of those Carl Weathers. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, I got you. So there's a difference. So let me get your opinion here, my man. Let's see here. Whoops. Okay. Which one you like more? Like kind of this hard ridge hat. It's a little smaller of a head, I think. Or this one, which is a softer hat. Actually, it really looks like the hat that's on Mac over there. Just which one you like more? Let me know. Give you a minute. In Die Hard 2? I can see that. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I did see you had some of the bad guys, which is cool. Hell yeah, man. Kind of want to do the Red Dawn squad too. I mean, I'm all for it. Yeah. I fucking love Red Dawn. I got no doubt in your skills, man. Yeah, that's definitely something I would put some money on to get that. So Arnold stunt actor had a rebreather on, which gave him fresh H2O as it was on full, as the crew was super worried about him not dying as humidity was really high in the jungles, dropping into. Interesting. That's true. That's just that's a bigger figure. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a little beefier, which is fine for Joe's, but when you're talking, Eddie Murphy and Mel Gibson, not the biggest dudes. I'm gonna team up on some full figures next year. Yeah, dude, for sure. For sure. Yeah, we can do something like kind of what I do with Top Fun, Yeah, use your stuff and shout you out when I use them. You know, I can do that really easy. But yeah, man, let me know. Cold water would put you into shock. Fresh H2O was saving. That's crazy. All right, Willie, I got you, dog. I'll put him with your heads over here, man. You got it, bro. Good choice. In that Carl Weathers head, can you make him that black, white, and gray camo? Commander Gritter's pants, because oh yeah. Let me see if I got one unpainted, and I'll just do you one. Let me see, man. Oh yeah. Well, let's see. I don't have the hard ridge one. The other one I could make you a fresh one. But this one I can repaint him. That's not a Well, there's even a third head in here that I don't think I've noticed before. Interesting. How many Dylan heads do I have? Yeah. And then I've got him without the hat too. Which I didn't even realize I had that. Crazy. But yeah, man, I got you, man. I can do that. Dude, I hear you. A little pricey. Have one to sell. Something else, sure. AW Ray Phoenix. I've looked at some of those. The thing is, with the AEW figures, their scale is large. So they're not super compatible all the time with stuff. You got to get really creative sometimes. When you said the jacket, the first thing that popped in my head was the Teen Wolf Michael J. Fox. Oh yeah, man! If you were doing something like that too, yeah. I was like, I mean, it was a pretty solid look for a long time. So, just do that one. You need to paint one of these. You want me to do one of these? Let me know, man. I can do that. But yeah, I can do the gridiron. I can do this camo. Should be able to match it pretty good. Not a big deal. Oh, this guy has. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they just make them so big, man. They're hard to fit. Sometimes they do, man. Sometimes it's not that big of a deal. Sometimes you get the scaling that's okay. Yeah, but definitely on their accessories, they definitely seem really, really bulky. I don't know. Weird. Sometimes it's not a big deal. Like they've got one of their figures has like suspenders or like the top of a coverall, you know. That works because those can be baggy, you know. That's not a big deal at all, right? Okay. Got washes on everything. Looks really good. On Jesse, we can go ahead and do some paint patterns on the snake skin. I think looks like there's Predators trivia locked up, man. Too bad Zach's not here to get into it. Interesting. So the military didn't allow smoking on their chopper, so they had to CGI it. Well, I mean, it looked pretty good. Tricked my ass. You know what I'm saying? Chris, you're not even lying, dude. We got shitloads of heads. Okay. All right. Now, I think we do some pupils. Send. Okay. DMX. So now I'm going to organize these by eye color. DMX is dark brown. Lincoln's blue. Dark brown. Bill Dukes is a lighter brown. Jesse's. Does he have blue eyes? Gotta go into my other folder. Movies. Predator. Okay. So Jesse's are also blue. Actors. Clint Eastwood's eyes are so hard to see, and they are like a slate blue. Like I said, it'll be hard to see, but it's there. Pacino's eyes are dark. Billy's eyes are dark. Method Man, dark. Snipes has one brown, one blue. So he's kind of in between those. Lee Majors are blue, and Danny Trejo's kind of a lighter brown. All right. Cool. You ever wanted to know where the beach in 19th Dutchess team landed on? Google satellite. Miss Maloya, Mexico. $6 seems like a pretty good deal, dude. Pretty good deal, dude. All right, let's do these dark eyes. Okay. Too much. Absorb some of that shit. Okay. All right. We'll do the corneas, then we'll wrap her up. Okay. So Billy. Okay. Like I said, man, Method Man's eyes are so fucking. It's like fucking Clint Eastwood, bruh. Okay. There's X. Peyton. Okay. That's them. Then we got a few eyes with lighter brown. Bill Duke. Phoenix. You can still see the inlet of water that touches cheap trash. Interesting. Massive hotel on the spot now. Interesting, huh? Really was the bitch at the film. Serious, what did it do besides track the predator? Yeah, he really just looked cool, right? We'll be having that head done next week for because sweet, dude. That's rad. And I think Hawkins was originally supposed to be wear a red beret in the film, as Shane Black didn't like it. To this day, wish he did wear it, as he is known as the nerd in the film. His character is really memorable, probably just for the things he says, but I like his character. Okay. We need some blue. A little blue. Okay. Right. Okay. That's that one. I think what I want to do here, just get a little bit of this gray. Just dilute the blue down just a little bit. Okay. Majors. Jesse Ventura. And then Clint Eastwood's. Boom. And that's it. All right. Well, there we go. A lot of the detail done. So next week we can do pupils, eyeliner. We'll do our highlights on hairs and hats. And then after that, we should be ready for clear coat. So, yeah, I'd say next week we'll probably finish it up. Probably do some skin tones and lips. We need to do lips. So, but a good amount down. Honestly, if we didn't do camo, we'd have probably been a lot further on. But it's just how it happens sometimes, folks. Yeah. Nerds and comic books makes sense. 100%. 100%. Cliff, what's up, sir? You coming a little late? Neighbor invited me over for dinner. Well, that's nice, man. That's nice. I love comic books. I guess I'm a super nerd. I mean, I think that's most of us, buddy. Most forget or don't even know the first pilot you see at the end of Predator is actually Kevin Peter Hall, aka the Predator. I didn't know that either. I did not know that either. Yeah, guys. So we got 2.5 hours of painting. It's pretty good. Pretty damn good. So yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate the engagement. Sorry Tony wasn't here. It was a little quieter than usual, but I'm trying to do better with the solos, trying to engage a little bit more, come up for air a few more times if it were. I appreciate you being here. As we discussed, this Friday, Figure It Out is still happening. I'm just not going to be there. So it'll be on Zakanan's channel. He's having Alex Sanchez as well as Yo Joe Jerk. And they're going to talk about campy horror movies, I believe, which should be a fantastic topic. I haven't seen many of those, but that's the kind of horror that I can watch, you know, killer clowns, basket case, that kind of wacky shit. So I'm sure that will be a great show, 2 great guests, and, you know, most of us can tolerate Zach for a couple hours. So be sure you check it out. Thank you, Dragoon, for being in the chat tonight, man. It was awesome getting to hang out with you. I look forward to seeing more stuff. I will put an order in soon. I hope some of the chat does as well. And now that we're all aware that you're open for design commissions, I hope that you get some business out of that as well, because that's a huge asset, especially to this group of collectors and enthusiasts of the toy community. So, yeah, I hope you get some people hitting you up, and if not, at least you get maybe some subs. Like I said, guys, check it out. Dragoon Customs on Instagram, Dragoon Ultimate Soldier if you want to look at his website, put an order in. Yeah, do that. That's all I got, guys. This Sunday, I will not have a couple of kooks. I will still be out of town. So no couple of kooks this week. So it'll be another couple of weeks before Dad and I get together, which I don't think is a bad thing because he's been doing a lot of stuff, which is great. He's doing some stuff for Uru Toys, and that's awesome. I cannot wait to actually get to see it. Next week, San Diego Comic-Con. That's exciting. Monday, I sent off the paint masters I had for Fresh Monkey Fiction, Big Bad Workshop. There are 4, at least 3 of them will be shown at San Diego Comic-Con, which I tremendously proud of that. Last year I had the one, they had that Sky Captain, the World of Tomorrow figure. That was huge. So this year, seeing 3 pieces that I've done will be a massive personal achievement for me. Really proud of myself for getting that done. So follow them, check it out. I think what you'll see is very exciting, and I think a lot of you will be excited about those lines. Yeah, guys, that's all I got. Again, I so appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for talking to me. I appreciate your support. Just take that down. Yeah, guys, thank you again. It means a lot to me. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you next Wednesday, and we'll finish up, Willie. We'll finish up your heads, man. Until then, you guys have a great night, and till I see you again, you have a good one, all right?